Hey guys, so this video is just reconstructions of my best singles from the Australia trip, so both Sydney and Worlds. So this is the one-handed national record, the 755 from Sydney, and you've probably seen the video, but I'll just reconstruct it to explain what I was thinking about. So first I saw this, the orange pair, and I held the cube like this to pretend like the BL is solved so that I can do an F-wide move instead of a back move. So my first move obviously was to pair this with that with F-wide prime. And then the other pair is this corner with this edge. So that would be solved with U R prime, U prime, R wide prime, F prime. And before starting, obviously, I always track the DR edge. So I realized after the U, it's going to be here. And then I do two R moves. So it ends up on the bottom and actually solved. And then since I saw this corner was attached to it, I realized I can, what's it called? I can track where this goes as well as this edge. So I started like this. Solving the first block and also ending up with these here. So I solved this simultaneously and then ended up with this pair. So I did U prime and then solved this like this. R U R in the back, and then I'm left with this pair for second block there. And I recognized the soon pretty fast. So I did U2 and then here I knew right away that I had a kind of bad arrow and I could cancel into it with an R wide prime, so I did that before putting the cube on the table. And then U prime M, my red edge is back here, orange edge is here. M prime U2 M to put them down and line up these opposite that, M2, and then 4C skip. So the solution was 39 STM. The way I did it, counting like U prime, counting U2 as two moves because that's the way I do it. So 39 STM, 7.55 seconds, and 5.2 TPS. I think when I picked up the cube, I had some lockups in first block and then just really slow turning in second block. So when I attempted it again, I got a 6.3. And I knew the solve could have been a lot better because of the turning speed, which is why I was kind of mad at it in the reaction to the video. Now we'll move on to the 3x3 single, which was the 5.64 from 3x3 finals at World Championships. I didn't actually film this solve because I don't film my solves anymore, but if you want a video of it, you can check on Laser Monkey's channel and then see all of the world's solves there. What do I do here? Okay, so I started in this orientation and solving the green-white block, and what I did is I started with an R move because I want to place this orange-green edge on the bottom so that when I do a D prime to solve that, it comes to the bottom and goes to the nice spot. And I want to place this back there. So I can do this with LU L prime and then do R, or I can do R and then LU L prime. So I decided to do R LU L prime because I realized this would connect this with that and then flip it over there to be green. And that would be a little bit more efficient. And I can also influence the DR edge a bit better. So I started with R to put that over there, and then solved this green edge in the back with LU L prime, and then D prime U at the same time, like this. So now we have that corner with this edge is just R2F, and I knew the way I did that, this was put DR here, and I looked ahead to this, and at this point I think my hand was here, so I wanted to do a U prime, but for some reason I kind of did an R prime, and then did RU prime, R prime, and in doing that I saw this pair, so I think I right away went into doing that there. And one strength that I really liked in this solve was the CMLL recognition. For the longest time, I recognized CMLL for L cases only from this angle, so I would do U2 and then U2 back, but here I stayed calm and then managed to recognize from this angle, did the algorithm, and knew I was getting kind of good arrow. So these two, I'm going to place them on the bottom, opposite, and I recognized 4C pretty well there and got a 5. It was 36 STM, 5.64 seconds, so that's 6.4 TPS. Pretty funny how I only turned 1 TPS higher in 3x3 than in one-handed. But yeah, some cool singles. Thought you guys might want to see the reconstructions. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something.